Good day and welcome to the Phono Cave once again. Nippy, hello, where are you going? Say hello. Well, hello. And again, this video is not about her. This video is about, this thing. And yes, it's a phonograph. We're back to phonographs once again. Or are we? Because take a look. There are 4 quaint little holes in there. And those aren't the cranking holes. No. Sorry. Those are the holes where radio knobs used to be. So, it's a radio, but it's no longer a radio. If we turn the machine halfway over, we can see silvotone. And, that's a copper brand of silvotone, which was a very well-known radio firm, which also made several gramophones, phonographs as well. So, but in the Netherlands and in the rest of Europe, in the war, radios became forbidden as of 1943. So, you could, you could give this whole thing to the Germans, or you could gut the radio and say you kept the case. You would have a non-working radio. So, the Germans didn't really care if, as long as they got the hardware, they didn't care about, the aesthetics of the machine. So, a lot of people kept the case of the radio. That's why, in a lot of cases, you see furniture, radio furniture, which was reconverted into cabinets for glasses and and such, or simply to store stuff in. So those cabinets and cases and such, they are still here, but the radios are not, because they've been taken by the Germans. And it's not like the Germans came house to house knocking on the door for the radios. People had to do it themselves. And, after that order was given, if they discovered a working radio in your house, you wouldn't be very happy from that point on. But in this case, they had the case, and, parts were scarce. So, if your gramophone broke, instead of going to the dealer and getting the part fixed, you would go to, something like a flea market or black market or anything like that, and you would get, for instance, 2 broken gramophones, and you would make it into one working one, as we see here. So that's why I kind of like these machines, because they kind of have a story to them. In a lot of cases, machines like this were thrown away after the war, or many years after. Machines like this were sold for parts. So really, there are not that many about, and they're still kind of unpopular with collectors because they don't belong to the regular canon of Columbia, HMV, Victor, Edison, and such. They belong to none of them. I do have some plans with this machine, because it doesn't have a horn. The interior of the machine is totally empty. There's nothing in there. And normally there belongs a horn on it, but the cabinet space is kind of limited. Now, let me walk in front of the screen for a moment. I did have an idea. From another machine, I have a horn. quite a substantial one. A big wood horn, and I've been thinking maybe putting it on this side. This would be a configuration that they would use in the war. You know, again, it's apart from another machine, and you know, the aesthetics of the inside of this horn is rather nice. It's you know, it's satin wood, so it's root satin wood, so it's really fine with all those little nodules in there. So, you know, it would give a very nice finish to it if I would put it on a machine like this. You know, that's, at least that's maybe the plan. Another idea is to make a horn inside. But, you know, I really haven't got a clue yet. Yeah, we'll find out. So let's find this machine because it still works. Well, there's a bit of change in sound when I open the cavity. So it does enlarge the sound, and well, I guess you do in this period of time. You wouldn't want to be too noisy as well. You know, your neighbors could, for instance, betray you that you have a radio, and in some cases suspicion was enough to put you in a concentration camp. So, you know, maybe this was the volume the machine played at, so I don't know. That's a very dreary record, by the way. That's better. Well, I think that's about it. What I have to say about this machine. And where's Nippy? Nippy, hello. Come and say goodbye. Come, Nipper. Up. Ah, there she is. Well, hello and goodbye.